Okay, so here is the end product, the shot that we're working towards. The dog is looking at the dog, and this is actually 3 shots, if you notice, layered on the timeline. You have the dog poodle shot, you have what she's looking at in her computer screen, then you have her little thumbnail of her looking at herself there. So here's your timeline in Final Cut, and you see that my 3 shots are lined up right here. Okay, there's the poodle shot with green screen. There's the dog in her computer screen and her monitor. And what I had to do is I had to go in and play with distort these coordinates here in order to make it look more three-dimensional. Do you see how it seems to be going off a little bit towards the middle of the screen and z-axis? I had to play with the distort. I basically did trial and error. There's probably a better way to do that. But I played with it until it lined up with the computer monitor, the Poodle's computer monitor. And then there's the other little tiny thumbnail shot. I put them on top of one another, right? And so that they layer on the screen there. All right, so here I double-clicked the dog, the brown dog shot. I played with the distort. I scaled that down, of course, to make it much smaller. And then so it would fit, I basically did trial and error. See how that's too much three-dimensional, so undo that. Okay, here that's too much the other way. And so I'm going to undo that because I've already finished. But you see, you need to fit it in the monitor so it looks like that's the actual, what she's looking at in the monitor. You play with the distort there. Okay, and this is in the motion tab. Now with a tiny little image of the poodle herself, I also scaled that down. Right, that's scaling it up, but I scaled it down. I'm just going to undo it because I like the way it was. And then I also played with the distorts, but I didn't have to play with it. I just used the same coordinates from the bigger image, the brown dog's image, and placed them into her thumbnail distorts coordinates as well because that matches the three-dimensionality. So now we're going to look at using the same idea but flopping the same shots and putting them side by side. So here if you have a very directional shot, you can make it look like the dogs are looking at themselves. How you're going to do this, you're going to first duplicate the shot. So you can right mouse button, copy it, and then duplicate it into another layer. Go down to your Effects tab and go to Perspective under Video Filters and to Flop. That'll turn the image, that'll flop the image, and then you can put them side by side so they appear to be looking at each other. One neat thing you can do with flopped images, you can put them with your end credits. As I did here, the dogs appear to be reading the credits, which is kind of fun.